Welcome to the Cannabis Compliance Board's guide on reading Certificate of Analysis and Soil Amendment Reports. This video will briefly give an overview of NCCR 8.010, the regulation that covers this requirement. Then, we will provide information on how to request and read a Certificate of Analysis. Finally, we will cover the information you can find in soil amendment reports. Per Nevada Cannabis Compliance Regulation 8.010, cannabis cultivation facilities must provide a soil amendment report and a certificate of analysis report to all sales facilities selling their products. When purchasing cannabis or cannabis-related products, consumers can request either document from a sales facility employee. In the following slides, we'll discuss how to read these documents and match them to products being purchased. A certificate of analysis, which is commonly referred to as a COA, provides the results of tests conducted on cannabis by a licensed cannabis laboratory. In the following slides, we will go more in depth into how to find the following information on a COA: the date of testing, the lab name, the licensee name, the product sample, the safety panel breakdown, the cannabinoid potency, the terpenoid profile, and other testing panels. To obtain the COA, simply ask the sales representative or bud tender for the document. To verify you've received the correct COA, compare the lot or batch numbers on the COA to the compliance label on the cannabis product. Understanding how to read a certificate of analysis is essential for making informed decisions about cannabis and cannabis products. By reviewing the basic information, cannabinoid and terpenoid profiles, and testing panels, you can ensure you're choosing a high-quality, safe product. Each cannabis product should have a product label attached. The product label may also be accessed via a QR code. You'll first want to verify if you received the correct COA. In the photo on the left, you'll see an example of a product label. The lot and batch number can be found in the upper right-hand corner of the label. In the photo on the right, you'll also see that the batch and lot number correspond with the cannabis product label. This information can also be found in the upper right-hand corner of the COA. If the information does not match, you should inform the bud tender you've received the incorrect COA. Sales facilities must provide a COA if requested. If the sales facility does not comply with a request, the CCB encourages consumers to file a complaint. To file a complaint, please visit the CCB website at ccb.nv.gov. In the upper right-hand corner, click the Consumers tab and click on File a Complaint. This will take you to the Acela complaint form. If watching this on YouTube, you'll find a link to Acela in the video description below. In this slide, you'll see the front page of the Certificate of Analysis, which we'll refer to as a COA for the remainder of this presentation. In the next few slides, we'll go over specific information that can be found on a COA. First, in the upper left-hand corner, in the header, you'll find the lab name and the lab's logo. Just below the lab logo, you will find the facility that requested testing. The information provided will include the name and license number of the cultivation or production facility. You may also find contact information on the COA, although it is not required. Next, we'll move to the top right-hand corner of the page. The information will include the laboratory sample number, batch and lot numbers for usable cannabis, and production run numbers for cannabis products. There will also be a few dates of importance: the harvest or production date of the product, the date the sample was received, and the date that the test was performed. Moving down the page on the left-hand side, below the licensee information, you'll find information about the product that was tested. There you'll find the cannabis item name, type of product, whether it's a concentrate, flower, edible, etc., and the metric tag numbers associated with the specific lot or production run. You'll also find a photograph or representation of the product. The safety testing panel table, to the right of the product sample information, is a quick breakdown of which testing panels were conducted and if they passed or failed. All products sold at a cannabis sales facility are required to pass testing in order to be sold to consumers. If you ever receive a COA with a fail in any of the safety panels, please report this immediately to the CCB, either through the Acela portal or by emailing auditinspections@ccb.nv.gov. A breakdown of the safety tests performed can be found on the following pages of the COA, which we'll cover in a few slides. Cannabinoid potency can be found beneath the cannabis item information. When looking at potency levels, there is key product information including the total potential THC. The calculations used to find total potential THC, total potential CBD, and total edible THC can be found underneath the cannabinoid testing results. The terpenoid profile of the product can be found beneath the testing panel breakdown. The terpenoid profile will provide the expected flavors of the product based on the terpenes that were detected. Terpenes are aromatic compounds that contribute to flavor, scent, and effects of cannabis and cannabis products. Terpenes will be listed from highest detected amount to lowest detected amount. Please note that terpene testing is not a requirement for all products, so there may be nothing listed in this section of the COA. Now, let's move on to the following pages of the COA. Like the first page, you'll find the lab, licensee, and sample information. You'll also find a breakdown of the testing panels. All usable cannabis is tested for pesticides, microbials, heavy metals, and mycotoxins. In addition to those tests, solvent-based cannabis concentrates are also tested for residual solvents. Edible cannabis products are only tested for microbials. On this page, you'll find a breakdown of each category and the tests conducted. You'll also see the pass-fail for each product. When looking at testing panels that were conducted, all certificates of analysis will have a value of passed or tested. As mentioned before, NCCR 8.010 requires each cannabis cultivation facility to provide a soil amendment report with each lot of usable cannabis, and it must be provided upon your request. For concentrates, edibles, and other cannabis products, which are made by a cannabis production facility, a soil amendment report will be available for the originating lots of usable cannabis. Unlike COAs, there is no standardized format for a soil amendment report. All reports must include the name of the cultivation facility and list of all products used during cultivation. Other key information that you'll find on a soil amendment report includes grow medium, for example, coco coir or rock wool, nutrients like calcium, nitrogen, phosphorus, and ammonia, and pesticides. Please note that the nutrients and pesticides may be listed as an active ingredient, scientific name, or the brand name of a product. Thank you for viewing this presentation. For additional resources, visit our website at ccb.nv.gov. You can also find additional guidance and workshops on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/ccb State of Nevada. If you have any additional questions, you can email auditinspections@ccb.nv.gov. This concludes this presentation.